I'm changing my life, guys. I am actively doing it. I did not like the trajectory of my life. When I actually sat back and envisioned what type of things I'm doing right now and where this will land me, I did not like that outcome. This can be a lot of people right now because we're just simply trying to get through life. So we just go through school, we kind of like go into something we think will give us money, and then we pursue that profession and we keep working until retirement. Yay! If you actually sit back and evaluate if you like that, most times people are just settling. And I don't want to be that bitch. The first thing that I had to do to change my life is to have a mindset shift. I had to sit back and evaluate what it is that I want in life. I had to visualize that bitch. What am I doing in life? Where am I going? Who am I talking to? When I did this exercise, it wasn't just an overnight thing. It was a consistent effort. It was through meditation. It was through journaling. It was through therapy. I figured out that I don't care about money. I don't care about prestige. I want to live a fulfilled life. I figured out all of these things just simply because I sat back and took some time for myself, which by the way was not easy. Everyone in my life was like,
excuse me, like you're not just like working right now and you're not like grinding it out and you're not complaining about your life.
I started to switch my mindset. I started noticing how beautiful the world is. I became more positive. And the most important part, you guys, is that I realized I'm worthy. I'm worthy of that life that I envision. Everyone is. If there's a thought that you have, that thought is real. The reason your brain thought of it is because it can exist in your reality right now. Your subconscious mind delivers these thoughts to you, and it's up to you if you want to consciously pursue it or not. Start thinking you're worthy, because a lot of shit can change once you actually think you're worthy of the dream life and the dream person, your highest self. How are you gonna walk into him or her if you don't think you're worthy of it anyways? The second thing, you gotta physically do shit in this lifetime. You had your mindset shift, great, but there's no point if there's gonna be no action backing it up. Are you learning new skills for this new and improved you? Are you changing your surroundings to have a higher vibrational energy? It's a lifestyle change, let me tell you. It's a lifestyle change. It does change your personality. You're going to have hardships on this journey because usually people who have known you for your whole life are gonna be like confused. First impression is for people to always be like, what are you doing? You gotta be strong. You're not living your life for other people. You're making this reality for you. This doesn't mean that you have to be mean to people who don't understand where you're coming from. Show people love. That's the one thing that happens in the first stage, which is mindset shift, is you start to actually realize you're doing everything for you and you start to see the world for what it is. At least I did. I started to notice that a lot of people are trapped into this matrix or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people just haven't been taught to go after their goals. Everyone is in a scarcity mindset, scared of failure. You don't have to be like that. The universe put us on this planet and we don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's definitely not to be miserable. People think living is misery, but it doesn't need to be. It's like you put on these invisible glasses that no one else can see and you're like, wow, there's so much magic in this world. Call it delusional. I don't care. Number 3, you can't do this shit alone. I, for the longest time, have been very hyper independent because of my own issues and things that I'm working through, but you can't do shit alone in life. It's just a fact. You have to be open to receiving the abundance that's there. What does this mean? You have to be not so narrow-minded when you're trying to achieve your goals. You have to be open to whatever it is that you are going to be receiving from the universe for finally putting yourself first and doing it with good intention. You have to be in a receiving state. Things that I did that helped me get into a receiving state that I still have to do every day because sometimes my pessimist side comes out, but anyways, that's beside the point. Nature walks. Nature is literally like magic. I go for walks, I sit there and I look at these trees and I'm just fully in the present moment and I'm just like, you know what? Thank you so much for giving me oxygen. Thank you so much for just making me feel alive. You are the reason I am breathing right now. If you need to cry to the trees. If you need a hug, go hug a tree. This is just what's worked for me, so I'm sharing it. Meditating. Meditating is another way that you can get in connection with the higher force. Just understand that this human experience is just a human experience. It doesn't mean you just give up on everything and just think, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna be dead. You can, easily. But most times you're put on this planet to do something, and that something is usually what's internally driving you that you want to do, which is why I already talked about how you need to have that mindset shift. Anyways, meditation, get on that shit. This process of changing your life, it's so worth it, but it's kind of hard. The reason it's hard is because you're doing a lot of unlearning of things that you once learned, especially at the beginning when you're in an environment where everyone else is telling you and living the opposite way that you want to live. It's really hard. That's why habits are hard to start. If something bad happens, it's not the end of the world. A lot of times people just end up getting drowned in like misery because of things that are happening, and then suddenly they just keep blaming everything because they're just like,
this happened to me, that happened to me.
who on this planet has a perfect life? Not even one single person. What's the reason for it? I don't know. And the last thing, consistency. I hate hearing this. I've been on my YouTube grind for a while now, and all I keep hearing is I'm just realizing the reason consistency is very important is because if you want to physically live out the life that you in your head are envisioning, you need to be able to live that life right the fuck now. That's how manifestations work. If you're not consistent, how are you gonna prove to the universe that you're deserving of that life? Think of this time period as just training almost for your higher self. When you're consistent, things get easier. It's not always hard. When you're starting to change your life, the beginning period is always the hardest because you're faced with the most amount of resistance. Once you gain that consistency, every other hardship that comes your way is just easier. You've already done the hardest thing. You're living that life. You're on your way to that life that you dream of, that person that you want to be. You're on your way to already doing that. That's what's really important about this whole journey. You gotta be showing up for yourself. That is such a cliche. Holy crap, that's such a cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason. Those are like the 4 biggest things that I am also currently doing. I hope they help you out too. Let's take this beautiful. I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I honestly hope that this just helped you. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys next video.